Okay, welcome to this video tutorial today. So I'm going to show you how this whole design was created or it was made. So without any further ado, let's just get started. So let's go home. Then of course you know that you have to create a new file, title it. I'm just going to title this PSD1. Then let's keep it on 1000 by 1000 for the width and for the height, because I want this to just have a square canvas that is same size for both of the edges. So the resolution, you can go from anything between 100 to even 72, but I like to recommend 100 to 300 based on what you want, but I'll just go with 300. And then I create my artboard. So I'm going to have something like this. So yeah, so first thing we do is to copy our background here, which is Control J to duplicate the layer. Then I'm going to show you how you can also change your background using the paint bucket. The paint bucket is somewhere around the gradient tool. When you right click or you click and hold, you see the paint bucket. The bucket is going to sample the color on your foreground color. So I want black, so I'm going to change this to black. So you can just change the color to black. But I also want to show you that if you want to reset your colors here, your foreground, your back, you can just press D on your keyboard and it's going to reset. So since I have my foreground color to be black, I can just use the paint bucket and I paint black. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up the image that was used for that design. So let me quickly get it. Yeah, this is it. So you just drag and drop on Photoshop. Yeah, here. Mm, this it. It's not looking like it. No, this is not it. Let me get it again. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Good. So I'm just going to make this bigger. This. Then make it to fit my canvas. Then Control T. Then right click. You see flip horizontally. Then I'm flipping horizontally. I'm just taking this down so that that icon here is not going to show. Then I shift it up. Something like this is okay. So once I have it like this, I can now go ahead to remove the background. In as much as it is still black with our background, I still want to take out the background. Go to the selection to the shortcuts W, change this to cloud for detailed selection, select subject. So yeah, it has made the selection, but it is not a good selection. So let's just add the other parts of the selection. Yeah, I think this is a good one. Then you can just go ahead to create a layer mask, and yeah, you have it as a normal image without background. So I also want to, make this image more detailed. Here on the layer marks, be on the layer marks, not here. Be on the layer marks here. Then go to filter. When you're on filter, go to order, then go to minimum, then leave it at one. Let it be at one, then you say okay. So once you have done that, you have been able to reduce the some of the bezels here around outside that doesn't make it look cool. So, but first of all, before I do this, I was supposed to do a little of edits on this image to fit your canvas back to your screen, to fit it, to fit the size. Control 0 it's going to fit. So I'll just go to the camera raw filter. Then once I'm on the camera raw filter, so I don't know why mine is showing like this, but I'm sure that yours won't show like this. So all I just wanted to do here was to come to the details and increase the noise reduction so that the image is not going to have those dirty kind of stuff around it. So yeah, I think 26 is okay. Then I say okay. Then I've gotten what I wanted to do. So the next thing is to create, the background feel around it. So I'm just going to delete this because I didn't use the image. Click on the layer and then press delete. So I'm going to create an empty layer, then go to my brush. B is the shortcut to go to the brush. So then I'm going to change my foreground color to what I want. And then since I've done that before, I'm just going to check on my swatch and pick something. Maybe this. Yeah, let me see. Okay, then that's what I'm going to have. You can see that it has changed here. Then maybe just to think this size is okay, then I click. Then I have something like this V. I'm going to press V, change the blend mode here. I'm going to change the blend mode to screen. I want it to be on screen. Okay. Then I'm going to create another layer. Do the same thing. Go to my brush to B. Then make the color slightly brighter. Maybe at this point. This point is okay. Then I'm going to reduce the size of my brush by using the bracket keys to give it like a shiny kind of glow, you know. So I'm going to click here. This is okay. Then I'm going to change the blend mode also to screen. So I'm going to group these together just in case so that I can have control over it. To group it, you can just click on that layer, hold Control or Shift, click on it. Let me tell you what the difference are. If you hold Control, you can leave this layer and click this one, and this will not be, clicked or selected. But if I click this and I hold Shift to click this, it's going to select everything at once. So you see that it selected everything at once. If I still do this, hold Shift and click selecting everything at once. So but what I want is just these two, so I can use Shift or Control. Then Control G to group them on one layer. And I'm going to rename the layer. I'm going to call it BG Lights. BG Lights. Then you see if I close it, that thing will no longer be there. Then yeah, I need it to be there, and this is okay. Then I want to add like some highlights feel on this hand. Let it be like, since there is a light behind it, is reflecting on the hand, like on the image here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go at the top of this layer. Then I'm going to go to my adjustment layers. I'm going to use the hue and saturation. Then I'm going to hit colorize. Then I'm going to increase the saturation to like the highest. Then I'm going to clip it here only to the hand. Let it not affect my design or the entire thing. Then I'm going to try to look for a color that will suit what I am doing. I think this is good. So you can actually reduce the lightness if you want. But I think +1 is okay. Then I'm okay with what I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invert the mask. So to invert this mask, I'm going to hold Control I to invert the mask. This is a mask, this white thing here, and this is the adjustment layer, which is the hue and saturation adjustment layer. So this thing here is a mask, so I'm going to hit Control I to invert. So since I have inverted, I've hidden it. So what it does that I can now use the brush tool being on the layer mask to paint out the side I want it to be revealed, or to brush up the sides I want it to show. So the theory of this is that, of the layer mask, is that when you're on the brush to be on your keyboard, when your foreground color is black, when you are painting, everything, nothing will show. So black hides and white reveals. So when I change to white now, if I want to change this to white, I can just press S, toggle around X to change between your foreground and your background. So I want my foreground to be white, and I use it. Take for watch, I'm on the layer mask. If I clean, you see that it has come back to what it is. So if I press X and toggle back to black, you can see that everything has gone back the same. So what I wanted to do is to make this reflect, be like a reflection. So I'm going to just zoom in. Then this layer mask is looking like it has been compromised. Let me take it back to how it was from the beginning. So this is how it was from the beginning. I'm just going to zoom in. Then on the layer mask, I'm going to go back to my brush to B, reduce the size. If you are using a mouse, hold your space bar, you are going to have the hand to then you can click and drag. So I'm going to zoom in using the scroll wheel. Then here I'm going to paint. Notice that this um hand, this image selection was not properly done. So if I still the same principle I told you that the black reveals the white, sorry, the white reveals the black height. Same thing, it works for everything with the layer mask. So I want this part of the image to show clearly. See that I'm on black and it's hiding. But if I change to see I'm on black, but if I change to white by toggling S and I click, it is covering back. It's revealing. So I want it to reveal this edge. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Then I go back to my layer marks on my hue and saturation. Then I'm on white, so it's going to reveal. Can still reduce the size more and zoom in more for precision. Then I can paint so that I'm just going to have I have no, sorry okay, I have clipped it. I have clipped it. I'm going to paint. Hue and saturation doesn't affect black because black is the absence of no color, and it also doesn't affect white. Okay, this is not pure white, that's why it is affecting it. But this is pure black. You can see that it's not really doing anything on it because the hue and saturation is not going to affect white and black. That's just a bonus tip. Then we go down, then we paint on these two, paint on this. Not only this, we are also going to paint on the hands, you know, to have no, don't paint like this. So one, if you made a if you make a mistake, I just toggle on your colors here, then call paint this back, and you're going to have, then you can change back and then paint up again, paint up. Yeah, so this is how you can paint this up. So I don't have to be careful with this black because it doesn't have anything. So anytime I notice a mistake, I can go back and then paint it where that is on the image layout. This is where I am now on the layer marks of the image, so that I'm going to get it better. Then I can go back to the layer marks of my hue and saturation. Then I can paint up their hands like this. Think this is too much. So go to X back here, brush 2, then toggle this. Or you can just hit Control Z to undo that. Then let me change to white. Then yeah, that is how, if I say Control 0 now, you can see how cool this has become. You can see how cool this has. So that's how you do for all these areas, also these areas. So let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. I'm on the brush tool. I paint up like this. So this is how you are going to get that feel. You paint down all through the image. So if you have successfully done that, this is what you should have, something like this. Yeah. So you see that I also added them here and all this. I just did it not so much, but just to get the best output of what I am looking for. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to show you is how this whole text here was achieved, and this other shady kind of stuff here. So how do you get that? How do you do that? So how to get this text is actually simple. So this image, and I'm going to also select this light, going to shift them, maybe something like this. It's okay. Then for the text, I'm just going to go to the type tool. So the name of that font is Creato Bold, Creato Display. Then the type is bold. Then I'm just going to have Rad Prinoise. Rad Prinoise. I'm just going to have Rad Prinoise. Then I'm going to say okay. Then I'm just going to say Ctrl J to copy that layer. V, move it down. I'm going V to go to the move tool. Then store, yes, Still, I'm still going to leave it on bold, but I'm just going to make that bigger, hold alt, so that I'm going to increase from all the sides. Then I have this like this. Then I have this somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here. Good. So once I have it like this, so I'm just going to, I'll still make them black, then add like a stroke around it. But before I do that, I'm going to group the both of them, select the both of them, Control G, then I'm going to copy it, Control J. That is, I've made them a group, then I copy the group. Then one of the group, which is the group on the downside, I'm going to right click and convert it to a smart object. Once I have converted it to a smart object, I'm going to open this other group. Then I'm going to change the text to black, color black. I can just pick black from anywhere. And I say okay. Same thing for this. So let's change the color and just pick black. And I say okay. Then once I've done that, I can close the group. Now this other one that I copied and I've converted to a smart object, I'm going to go to the layer effect, then I'm going to say stroke, sorry, the layer style. And then once I've clicked stroke, you see it has already brought it up like this. So that's how we got that text. Then the other small kind of stuff here, this stuff was actually just downloaded from the net. You can actually download it, or I can send it for you people. So this is basically how this design was done. Then these other guys can just copy it and bring it up to the other place. Yeah, so this is just basically how that design was achieved. Control V. Then I brought this, place it. So let me place this way. Um, okay, yeah, something like this. Okay, I can even reduce the size a bit, holding out. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, that is okay. This is okay. Then let's just make the store bigger, so I can change it the name to store image img. Then just because I also want to keep the stroke, I can now add this inside the group, then take it to the back so that it has to be at the back, to the back of all of them. So yeah, this is how we now have this. So you can Control T and scale it up. It should scale with the stroke. You can see that. Then you can shift this so that it's going to align with what you are doing. And then let's take this down a bit. Yeah, I think this is okay. Then for the other this thing you saw there, just a shape, then the shape, just draw it. Remember to add a guideline so that your design is going to be aligned. Then the color, I just pick the color from the swatch, but I can still pick from here. I think this is just okay. Then I went here to the gradients. Then you can pick anyone, but let's just pick, or let's just go to basic. You see this basic white and black here. Then this um radial, change it to 0 so that you have it like this instead of up and down. Then the color here, change the color by double clicking on this down place. Then pick this color here. See that here, and you see it's changing. Then you say okay. Then for this place, since is here is for color, the down bars are for color, while the top bars are for transparency. So we want this part to be transparent. So you click on this place As you are clicking on it, you see, let me click on it. Where is the scale? Okay, see the opacity, yeah. Sorry, and then I add zero. See, it's transparent now. So this color is why I don't want it to be white, because even the transparency is going to maintain the color that is there. I rather use black. Black, you see, it has changed. And I say okay. Then I can actually draw this like this to increase the visibility of that guy. Yeah, so I want to make it brighter. I'm going to double click, then make it brighter. Maybe something like this. Yeah, exactly. Something like this is okay. Then I pick this out. So V, then I can move this. Remember to add your guidelines. How do you add guidelines? Go to view, you see guides, and you can see new guide layout. Then you can choose the layout that you want. Let's just go with 150 top, right 100, bottom 150, right 100. But sometimes you can just maintain same number for all of them. And I say okay, but designing you can tweak anything. Then let's just shift this. So this is why this is important, so that we can align. So how am I selecting this without going to the layout? If your auto select is on, you can just click anything and select. You see, I click here, it's taking me there, but I don't want to on my auto select because it has its own disadvantage. That I don't know if it's a disadvantage, but to me it is. So I just off it. So if I want to on it and select something, I'll just hold control. You see, as I'm holding control, auto select is selected, so I can just click on anything. I'll hold control, click this. See, so yeah, it gives me the freedom I want while designing. So once you have gotten this, then that's other light flare here. Then this is the light BG, right? You can just say Control J, copy it. It's becoming bigger, so you can shift it. Yeah, sorry, Control Z. Let's duplicate it again. Control J, then place it here. Engage somewhere here. Shift it a bit out of your canvas. Yeah, so that is how you get it like this. Yeah, and you. So once you're on the camera raw filter, go to basic. Once you're on basic, just add some few things, add contrast, add texture, just add them small, clarity, then add vignetting, sorry, vibrance, add saturation. All these things actually add depth to your design. Then go to details. What I like adding on details is the sharpening, maybe like 22 or 20 is okay. And the last thing I really like to add on my design that makes it really nice is effects, then vignetting minus, maybe depending on what I have, but for this I can go with minus 17 and I say okay. So this is how you can actually create this design from scratch and everything. This is very, very easy and simple. Then you can go to file, to export, say export, save for the web so that you can get the best output. Then you can choose your file formats. Make sure this is on maximum and make sure this is on bicubic sharper. Then you are good to go. Yeah. So thank you all for staying to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much. So that is just a way of creating this very simple design. Thank you. Bye.